how much he is, like, I never would believe that he, out of all people, would join BMC. Hello? Sorry if my mic's crap. I'm doing good. Yeah. It's a good day. Hello, I'm Jrider. I'm the White Coats leader. X-Mod. Yeah, that's really it. I've been playing Pandahut for as long as I can remember. When I first started Unturned, I mean, I played a bunch of PvP servers. Then basically watching people play roleplay seemed kind of fun. So, you know, I'm searching roleplay and I'm kind of going over, just joining a few, and I come across some like really crappy ones. Come on, Pandahut, seems cool. I joined 13 first. I liked how that map was a little bit more like they extended some of the towns, or at least Alberton, and I kind of just stuck with it from there. Kind of learned from like mods, asking them how do I play, like what do I do. I checked the forums, made my account. I have a really old account. I forgot the password, so I mean, I made a new one. Yeah, it kind of just started from there. After just going on it, I thought it was cool, so asking people the rules and such. So most of the reason was because I do have people asking me like questions on like what happened with BMC, what's happening in the White Coats as a whole. Basically, how is like me as a gang leader, like what is my future like? So basically, just to tell everyone what's ahead of basically my future and the White Coats' future. So it's been like a choosing a server. It's been very like back and forth. At the moment, we are on 13. Now, people say both because you'll see me and a few other White Coats go on 10, will raid, kidnap, and such. But mostly we're on 13 because it's more of a, I like 13 a little bit better than 10. It's a little less like, 13 is just organized, as 10 is basically just like you go around, do whatever. Like, I like how 13 is more role play. It's very organized. So at the moment, it's just 13. So, what made me continue is more of I have basically the will to, as basically people say, like, because I'll have people come up to me and be like, oh, Jerry, you can really get, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm basically a lot of the energy in my group. Like, I get that energy out, while, like, maybe, like, my second will be more of, like, what happens. But what made me continue is definitely the Black Hats. Just watching them. Now, obviously, they didn't end so well, but just the start of how they went, what they all did, basically going off what they did. Like, just I remember watching it. Now, I wasn't there for the whole Black Hats. I joined kind of near the end, kind of when they quit and I came back, but right before they quit, just watching what they did, just noting like, okay, they did this, and then when I made the White Coats, remembering what they did and kind of putting it into my own group. So not really stealing, just doing like what kind of the same thing, like how their tactics were and such. So how do I say this? So most of it was like, do you mean recent or like past, like SOA and WSM? Okay, so the past, it was more of allying with people. For instance, like we allied with the SOA, probably not the best choice, but we did. And SOA and WCS going after the Washington State Militia. Then basically Anarchy offered Supreme basically a peace treaty, and I can remember, and I think I even have screenshots of Anarchy telling me this. He told me about the Cobra militia that Matt Cobra knew. And at the time, I didn't really know who Matt Cobra was. I knew, like, I talked to him because I was a mod at the time. So, like, I was in a mod chat with him at times, but I didn't really, like, know him. So when he told me this, he's like, oh yeah, we should go after them. And I was like, all right, sure. Because at the time I was just listening to him, just because he was more of a guy I was afraid of SOA at the time. Probably not the smartest idea, but I was. But basically, he's like, we need to go after Matt. And I was like, sure. So we allied with WSM, if I'm correct. And after like allying with them, we went after the Cobra militia. It wasn't really going after. I didn't even go after. I told my group, we're just going to sit and watch, because I was like, I'm not going to really care about this. I'm just going to sit and just watch the whole thing. And I did. I just sat in our group, just watched as Matt, Supreme, and Anarchy basically just fought it out. So after basically that happened, Burnt creates the BMC. After he does that, basically Matt joins, DT joins, Needless. It was basically like three, and I didn't really think much of the BMC, because at the time back then, I mean, I don't really know how to say it now, but I can honestly say back then we were stronger than the BMC. So he creates the BMC and he promotes Matt Cobra. Now at the time, this is where we started not really hate each other, but we started to really dislike each other at this point, because I would say stuff, he would say stuff. We just go back and forth. So at this time, me and Matt are kind of like, we're at the edge of each other. So we were kind of at the edge. So when he joins, he gets promoted to a second, if I'm correct. And I remember asking Burn, why would you do that? Like, there's so many other people. And Burn didn't care. I knew he didn't care, but it wasn't going to go through. So that happens. And yeah, so we're against the BMC. Then from there, it was WSM died. SOA was just about to die as well. So at this point, it's basically just white coats and BMC. Now, it's been like that for a long time. As much as SOA said they were still there, no, they were basically gone. And I know everyone can agree with me. Like, it was just, they were dead. SOA was dead at the time. And it's just been white coats and BMC a whole rest of the time. Like, we were the only groups, and it just stayed like that. And present time, we had an alliance. Then the alliance broke because it was a bunch of things, but then the alliance broke. The BMC attacked us. We then attacked back, but then we had to back off because we had to figure out, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. Just to skip all some of the stuff. We then moved to 13. Now, people say we moved to 13 because we were scared. No, I was telling, and I have many screenshots of saying this. I even told Matt himself, I was like, listen, you might have good members, but they're not consistent. They get bored easily, so I can just stay on 13 and wait it out. There was no reason to fight when I can just wait it out and not waste money or resources. It was just going to save me so much time and money. So, yeah. Matt Cobra and his group. So, about the BMC, I think they're good. I definitely, they're very good. I don't like how they do stuff. They have almost like a council, so they'll have one person lead this side, one person leads that side, and it's just a whole thing. Me, I like one main leader, me, basically. I'm the godfather. I'll have a second, but I'm still the head. Now, as much as what they're doing is maybe a little bit better at times, it's still, it has its pros and cons. Me and Matt Cobra and me, we'll get on each other's nerves at times. If we're in a Discord together, we'll be chill. We'll just be chill with each other. We'll talk. But I mean, he does, we do get on each other's nerves. And then again with the BMC, I think they're terrible without Zero. They just lost Pengu, kind of. And if Zero leaves, they're basically done. Because half their group is inactive. I mean, yeah, they'll get it all in once or twice. They'll do 2 or 3 kidnaps, and they get all for the rest of the week. I barely see Matt on 10. He'll get on 13. I did see him on 13 2 days ago. But he can't lead too. This is what I was saying. When Burnt owned the BMC was going great. Then when Burnt left, it was just Matt and the BMC were dying. Then Outspace comes and basically brings it up. So does Zero. And Pengu does a lot too. Pengu leaves. And now if Zero left right now, which he probably will because he's going to get bored soon. I mean, I don't really care though. But if Pengu leaves, or not Pengu, if Zero leaves, it's just going to bring the BMC down because they rely on him to do everything for them. He's probably their most active person. And he doesn't even do anything. All he wants to do is just get kills. He won't build bases. He barely contribute. He won't do the raiding. He wants to be killing people in the raid. And this is all just from people in the BMC talking. He doesn't do raids. Or he does, but he'll just sit up there and kill it. He won't help with it. He won't build bases. So basically the BMC aren't as good as everyone thinks. Inside, at least. Yeah, they'll do kidnap or 2. But without Zero, they're literally not even a group. So. So this is basically what people have been saying. Basically, what happened was we were allied, yes, and me and a couple other guys, we just went on a raiding spree. We raided like, I don't know, maybe 6 bases, just going around Seattle and the map as a whole and raiding. And we raided one of the BMC. Now, obviously, I didn't even know it was the BMC. And I almost had a thought of like, oh, great, this is going to cause a war. So I told some of my guys, I was like, all right, just stand by and just watch out. And they did. And I was actually talking with Matt at the time. And he goes, oh, well, Outspace wants to call war. Let's do it. And he leaves a call. And I was like, all right, this is... I saw, like, because when I was allied with them, I knew it wasn't going to be a long alliance. I knew I didn't know when, but I knew it was going to happen. So I was ready for it. So I tell my man, all right, we now have a war. We're just going to have to see how this goes. And like I said, Zero did most of it. Like, I can honestly say Zero killed most of us and stuff like that. Like, if it would be like, people would kidnap my men would kill the rest, but then it's usually Zero who would kill them. So like they turn around, they kill like 1 or 2, but then Zero would come up on the other side and kill them. Like it was just mostly Zero doing the work. So what people are saying is that we were scared and went to 13. I mean, if people want to think that, go ahead. I really don't care. But it wasn't even that. Like I said, they don't have consistent people. Like, even when we were on, it was only, like, Pengu and Zero really doing anything. Like, I even tell this to Matt. Like, Matt doesn't even get on. Outspace, I don't know. There's so many excuses. Like, oh, my monitor. Oh, this isn't working. I have to wait till this. I was like, they're never going to get on. They'll get on once or twice, like I'm saying. And they'll get on once or twice. They'll probably cause trouble as usual. Annoy more people, but yeah, it's just it's funny because one person does everything. Like, I'll even say to Zero, I don't know how he does it because I would never just keep doing it for a group like that. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. The war in... This is how I see the war. The war was basically who could trash talk the most. You know, you get, like, for instance, you get on and someone be like, oh, look, it's a BMC, or oh, look, it's a white coat. It was not really as much as rating. It was who could trash talk the most. Like, if you killed one of their members, like, for instance, a BMC would kill one of my men, they'd be so excited. Like, it'd be, like, the biggest thing ever. They killed one of them. But most of it is who could trash talk the most. And it was dumb because as much as I even would even talk trash, like, even I knew it was just dumb. Like, it's more like if you could trash talk and make you look cool, like who could roast better. It was just dumb. It wasn't as much as raiding bases. And this is how I think about the war. When Bert and Matt were both leading. I mean, Matt still is, but when Bert was there and we had a war, it was, I think, a month and almost a half when we had a war. It was a small one, but we still were at war. It was almost a month. And I was like, if I kept my group on 10, how long do you think it would have kept going? It already went 4 days. Like, it could have just kept on going. Or it wasn't even 4 days. It was like almost a month or so. So, yeah, it was just, if I stayed, what would have happened? It would have kept going. No one would have gave up. Because no one wants to be, oh, they gave up. No one wants to be known as that. So it would have just been ongoing war. So that's basically how the war really is. I did see this. Now, I'm not I'm not always on the forums. Like, I barely go on the forums unless I need to for, like, a ban appeal and such. So I don't check forums. I did see those with the battle and such like that. I think that if that was me, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, because I rarely post on the Pandahut forums unless, like, I'm moving or I posted a video or stuff like that. Because the forums are just basically even more drama than the servers itself. But with the question, I think that the whole post, so one of them was him claiming war. It was me's, like, I even said that out to me, and one of them was those, I sent it to Pengu, and that was one of the screenshots he used. He said that, like, the screenshot was me basically saying, I don't know what to do, I might end the late codes, and that was true. At the time, I was thinking, wow, BMC probably might have won. But it wasn't official. I said, I don't know. I was like, I probably am just going to stay. So when he claimed that, I was like, that's fake news. It's absolute fake news. It's more of like, they want it so bad. Like, it was mostly fake news. Now, the one with the battle, he was just posting like, oh, look, we killed him like 5 million times. But other than that, with the whole we won the war, that was just fake news. It was just, they want victory so bad, like, that they're just gonna, like, post stuff about that, like, saying they won, when really it wasn't over. I said it might be because I didn't know what to do. So that's basically, like, I didn't really care about it because the forums are basically all BMC. The BMC control the forums. Like, if you look at staff apps, and for instance, if I applied for mod, half the BMC would do a -1. Not that I would apply, but you would just see, like, if you look at all the staff apps, most of them are BMC -1, and then the rest are basically pluses, and they're not BMC. So it's basically like the BMC control the forums, and it's just. And most of them are mods too, and a lot of them already Mervin already got demoted, and now others are. I already know 2 others, or at least one, got a strike for just plain toxicity. So it literally shows what the BMC really is. So yeah, with the whole Pengu posting the war things, I didn't really think much of it, because it doesn't really matter to me. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was, I'm gonna have to check. It was like the battle of one of the farms, and we just made a base, right? And I thought the base was a bad idea. Like, I hate making bases. I think it's stupid. Like, bases just don't get you everywhere. So we made this base, and what they saw it, right? So they saw it and they were raiding it. Now, I'm not even there. Like, I'm offline, and I'm getting, sorry for getting background noise. I'm getting texts of people going, hold on. Okay, so I'm getting texts of people going, we're being raided, everyone, we're being raided. So I hop on, right? I hop on, and I do /home, and I just hear us being raided. I check news, and Pengu and like half the BMC are raiding us, right? So I put some of my guns away, and I'm just like, I just run out there and start shooting. And basically we all been dying a lot. Like, this wasn't a legit war that the BMC won. Now, we kept dying. We're TPing like crazy, as you can see in the video. I mean, we eventually killed them all. So I feel like, yes, we didn't lose any loot, though. Like, we didn't lose that much loot. It was more of, we just lost like half the base, because the loot was on the very bottom. So everyone got, like, we all saved it. And if you do see in the video, we brought a tank, but then we forgot we didn't have any missiles, so we just left it there. Well, then we hop out, and the tank blows up, right? It's in the video. And after that, we just keep on going to the, we just keep like that. The Battle of Kenwick Hill, that's what it was. He says, result, BMC victory. Yeah, I guess if you put it in that way, I just feel like we eventually got the two or three kills. Now, this is what I had to say, what I've been saying to all of them. The only person that didn't die and who got the most kills was Zero. If Zero wasn't there, the raid would have been over way quicker. Like, Zero killed most of us. Now, obviously, Pengu got like a couple. But if Zero wasn't there, the war would have been over like way before. Now, even you, AJ, you posted something like, you posted on here. I did like what Cookie said because it's literally what I've been saying. He says, I mean, BMC had Zero. It's unfair. When looking at the whole situation, it looks pretty unfair as from what I saw. The max was, this is true, 3 White Coats members, and there was about 7 to 6 BMC. Like, how, I don't get, like, how you think that's, how they thought that was impressive. Like, we had a max of, like, what, 3 or 4? And then I joined, so we had, when I joined, half of them got off because they lagged out and couldn't join back. So, we're all, it's like 3 of us just TPing back, and you can see, like, there's like a couple people who keep on dying because we were the only ones left. So, what I'm saying is that it just shows, like, if they want to have a huge advantage to win, is that really a win? Like, I guess, yeah, you can call it that, but if that's, like, I don't get it. It's not a real win when you have a huge advantage. Like, I've been saying this for so long because it's true. So, honestly, that's just how, basically, that war won. I don't think the BMC won. I think they're just trying, like, they're just basically praying that Zero doesn't leave, because if Zero leaves, they know they're going to be dead. Like, it's just going to happen. So, yes and no. Anvil and White Coats were partnered. It was, when it first happened, Amar was talking to me, and originally I was going to go after Anvil because they were just there. I didn't want it, so I was just going to wipe them out. But then they really weren't doing much, so I contacted Amar. I was like, dude, like, you should join White Coats. You'd be a great fit. And he did. That's why he's involved in the war. He's in the White Coats. He's actually my second in command. He does a lot for the group. I feel like he's getting a chance that BMC didn't get, or BMC, that BH didn't give him. I'm giving him more of a chance to, like, when I'm not, he's leading. And a lot of people didn't really like him in the beginning, and now everyone really kind of likes him now, besides like a few people. But other than that, he's been probably the best help. He's just unbelievably great. He's amazing. Like, he's just awesome. Especially as a second. Like I said, I'm giving him a chance that BH did. Like, BH gave him a chance, but not as a chance that he needs to use. Like, he's a very good planner and everything. So, yeah, that's how basically Amar came into all this. Okay, so this is what I got. So, some people told me in the BMC Discord that Pengu did something that they didn't like, or he said something. I'm still trying to find out what. I'm waiting on a few answers, such like that. He did say something that they didn't like. I did hear that. He got kicked out, and that led to So he gets kicked out. Him and Outspace get a strike from staff. They are. I don't know about Pengu, but I know Outspace got a strike. Then Outspace isn't still not doing anything as much. Pengu salvaged some of the BMC base. Most of it is like, I don't know the whole story yet. And it led to Pengu joining the Whitecoats on 13. 10, I don't know what he does on 10. I could care less about what he does on 10. But he did join the Whitecoats on 13, and he's currently in there. Him and Offset, because Offset left when they kicked Pengu. So I did hear Supreme joined BMC, and it literally shows how much he is like. I never would believe that he, out of all people, would join BMC. Like, it's just weird because him and Matt didn't get along, and there's like, I can take a screenshot right now of it. They never got along. Me and Supreme, we ended on okay terms. And when he applied, I was like, what are you doing? Like, it literally shows you how weak you are. Supreme joining BMC, he wasn't good with WSM. I mean, he was for a little bit because he had help. What I see happening is because Outspace is on and does a little bit, she doesn't do enough. I see if Outspace leaves or eventually gets kicked out or such, that Supreme's going to be helping Matt, because obviously Matt needs someone helping him, or else BMC is going to die as usual. So Supreme doesn't matter to me at all. I don't even see him as a threat. So yeah, that's how I think about him. I mean, he's not even a threat to me. So people do ask me this. It's very. I would like to. I think. I don't know, because I don't like 10 as a server because it's not organized. But I like how big it is. The only reason is 10 is very kind of hard to basically take over, because even though there might not be a group, there's always people who won't like you and go after you. Like, there's always just like solo kidnappers, right? Let's put I don't know, Beast, for instance. I don't know if some people remember Beast. When he was a kidnapper, he'll go around and kidnap just by himself, or he'll rescue. There's always going to be like solo kidnappers or bandits that will keep attacking us, or not even us, just the group that's in power. With 13, it's almost like that, but it's way easier because 13 is smaller and it's a little bit harder to do so when 10 is kind of bigger and there's a lot more people. So there's always going to be problems on 10. There's just like solo cops coming after you, or just a small group starting, like a group of people that don't like the group that's in power. They like basically join each other and create a group. That's basically how it goes. I just feel like 10's a little bit harder, but I don't know, because a lot of my men, like, I go after what my men want, like what all my group members think, and a lot of them really like 13. So I think 10 is still a what if, or what will happen. It's like a question. You can really think of it as like, it's more of a like maybe kind of situation. So yeah. So I did hear that, yeah, that PSG went to 10. Um, so this is what I'm gonna go a little bit off top. I do know that Yoshi and Needless applied for PSD, which I know that Needless got accepted, which is honestly the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, just saw. Like, if hold on, I would have to go back on it, but if they really just accepted Needless and Yoshi, how dumb does that make PSD? It makes them look stupid. This is what I'm saying. This is what I've been really thinking of for a while. I feel like because we left, because we knew BMC was going to die, I feel like that BMC is making it look like, oh, we're dying, maybe White Coats will come back on, then we all join together and we do the war just to, like, draw us in. Now, maybe that might not be the thing, but one, they were smart to deny Spades. I'm looking at right now, they accepted Needless. I don't know why. Nando, they accepted, which I don't really care about him. But they accepted Needless, and I think, if I'm correct, Yoshi applied as well. Oh, maybe he didn't. Okay, then maybe it's just Needless. I heard that Needless in the BMC got demoted, and now he wants to go against him. I bet anything that he's a spy. Like, I just think, like, and they didn't even really ask him. I mean, maybe they did, but there was barely any questions. Like, it was just like, all right, you're in. And I think it's funny because Needless says that I was previously a criminal in 10, but I had a change of heart, and BMC has been hating me recently. Does that really, like, that just doesn't seem right, okay? There's no way that, they really hate me, I'm just gonna go to a police force. No, like, it's very suspicious, and they actually accepted him. And if he's a spy, I'm not even kidding, it's just going to be so funny, because I said this on this interview, and if he is a spy, I'm going to send this to every PSD member and be like, yo, I kind of gave you a little bit of a heads up here. So if I'm correct on this, which, who knows, I could be totally off, but this just is so dumb. And I just wanted to say, BMC kind of has the right to hate you when you barely do anything Needless on the BMC except take the resources and die a lot and barely get on 10 as a whole. So, I mean, if he's not a spy, it won't really help the BMC. He's probably just going to make it even more dead than it's already is right now. Like, he's inactive. So, yeah, like I said, he's probably going to make it even more dead than the BMC already has been and will probably stay. And with the BMC is staying, even though the PSD is dead and they're terrible and not even organized, I think that they still have a chance of beating the BMC. I mean, they're not going to beat 0. I mean, if they do, that's just unbelievable. They'll have to get online to even take over. So I don't think them as a threat. So, yeah. On Pandahut 13, we're actually doing very good. It's going very well, especially with a lot of new people coming in. I think that it's honestly doing way better than it was on ever. I mean, the only problem is I wish FBI would step up and maybe, like, because this is what I even said to Matt. I was like, listen, I'm going to have a war with FBI. Why can't you guys, like, step it up? He said we have different time zones. That's probably the worst excuse I have ever heard for not getting online. Like, if you're gonna say anything, make it at least real, or just tell the truth and say, oh, the FBI is dead. Like, I only see 2, maybe 3, like, FBI on. Like, when we kidnap, we're basically just waiting for Pop to get on most of the time. or they're even too scared to even come. So with the whole, we have different time zones, that's why we haven't been on. I think it's because your group's dead. You're too focused on BNC that you can't even handle the other group. Like, it literally happened when he was the only leader of the BMC. The BMC died, or was dying, and it was going downhill until Outspace came. And he's the only one that really kind of owns FBI, and it's already dying. It literally shows he can't lead. He can't even get online. I've seen him online once. Like every week, I guess, or a couple of days. So it's kind of just easy. It's making me want to move back to 10 because there's just no competition. But other than that, I really like how we're doing. I think we're doing great. So. Future plans. I have a lot of future plans. Future plans for the white coats. Basically, wipe FBI off. I mean, it's kind of hard to wipe them when they're not online, so I guess they'll themselves. Probably move to 10, take over 10. I mean, I might not even be on here that long. I'm gonna probably pass my leadership on once Unturned 2 comes out, because when Unturned 2 comes out, it's probably when I'm quitting Pandahut or Unturned as a whole. So, yeah. A lot of people don't apply on the forums. I do Discord. Like I said, I'm never on the forums. Forums are just another drama place. If you want to have drama, you go to the forums and scroll down every post. Most of them, I just tell them, hey, contact me on Discord. I give you an application, send it. You know, it's more of a, you have to be, like, we're starting at 8, like, we want you to have a lot of hours. Not, like, most of our group members, if you look, they have pretty decent hours. Most of them are already 1K hours. So I don't look for, specifically, I look for what group you were previously in. Like, what you, like, for instance, like, if I found out, oh, they just left the group randomly and joined the white coats, no, because now I know they're going to probably do that with me. So I don't look for anything specifically. It's basically your hours on Unturned, what you do in your free time, like, when you're on, like, do you rob, kidnap, are you police, so, and what group you were in, so. For anyone listening, for anyone basically listening, all I have to say is, or message to the haters at least, most of my haters are BMC and FBI. All I have to say, I'm going to say to BMC, you guys are only good because of 0, so and half of you aren't even on. You guys suck. FBI, please get on and do something because it's too easy. Like I said, this is just, like, this is only the beginning of the white coats. Yeah, we started a while ago, but this is the beginning of when the white coats get better than they were. Like, we keep getting better, but it's not, like, we have nothing to brag about. BMC basically only has 0 that does anything. FBI, there's like 2 cops on every day. That's really it. And they don't even, like, rescue or anything. So, with all that, this is just the beginning, guys. So, and yeah, it's only the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, mate.